Aniko, the woman representative for Turkana County, and also Shadrach Mose, the member of parliament for Kitutu Masaba, as members representing the Jubilee Party or the majority side of parliament, and one independent member, that is Meru woman representative Kawira Mwangaza. That of course bringing some also confusion, the independent side saying what was the criteria that was being used to slot an independent candidate or to represent or to slot in the side of the Jubilee Party or the majority side of the House. But most importantly is the National Super Alliance have been given until 2:30 to ensure that they present those names to the House, to the Speaker that is, and then they will be presented to the House for approval and subsequent appointment to that crucial committee. Remember yesterday President Uhuru Kenyatta was here. He made his inaugural speech of the 12th Parliament, and what essentially the standing orders demand is that the first business of the House is to ensure that they debate that particular speech by the President for about 3 to 4 sittings before normal business resume. But before then, there is no committee that schedules that according to the standing orders, and it is only the House Business Committee that is mandated to do that. And so today, what was initially thought was the House Business Committee would have been constituted by 10 a.m. this morning, and then the House will be adjourned until 2:30, when the House Business Committee that was to be constituted will then slot the debate of the President's speech from 2:30 p.m. But now the National Super Alliance has held the National Assembly hostage, and what now means, it means that they will be waited until 2:30 for them to finalize the list, present it to the Speaker, and then the Speaker will present it to the House for debate, and then they will be formally, the House Business Committee will be formally constituted. But what you saw there is a lot of really confrontation between members of the majority side and members of the minority side. We've seen there John Mbadi, Aden Duale. We've seen also Cherangani's member of parliament, Joshua Kutuni, making his submission on the House, saying that the National Super Alliance or the minority side of parliament should stop really holding the House at ransom and ensure that the legislative work of parliament begins by the full constitution of all the committees. But also, most importantly, the minority side of parliament do not have its House leadership. That is why even yesterday, the majority side led by Aden Duale, the majority leader of the National Assembly, saying that they did not have a person to engage on whether the National Super Alliance members of parliament should come and attend the special sitting or the joint sitting of parliament. And so they say they do not have the minority leader, they do not have the minority whip, and so the entire leadership. That is exactly what the members of the National Super Alliance are also doing at the Okoa Kenya offices, where they are having their parliamentary group meetings. And after that, we will be able to know who will be the minority leader. But of course, and we have been able to get a snippet, a sneak preview of some of the names that are being dangled around the National Super Alliance PG. It has been confirmed that the Orange Democratic Movement will be the one that will be taking the minority leader slot. And two names have been fronted, the member of the ODM chairman, John Mbadi, as well as Suna East member of parliament, Junet Mohammed. Those are two names that are being compared, or that are being contested, whether they should be given to take over that slot. Remember, that slot was initially held by Francis Nyanza, the member of parliament for Kitui West, and that essentially now is was a Wiper seat, but Wiper Party is being given the minority whip position. That of course will be known after the parliamentary group meeting, after they finalize that. But of course what follows next is constitution of departmental committees, standing committees, as well as just general House committees, as well as their leadership, that is chair and that of their vice chair. Remember, 2 watchdog committees and 1 committee that will be chaired by an independent member of parliament. That of course is what we are seeing. But what is now being waited for is the House Business Committee before the entire House gets down to business. Anne.
Thanks very much, Stephen Leto, reporting for us from Parliament, and we'll be catching up with him a little later. But first, let's take a short break. We're back with much more news, taking you around the country when Citizen Extra continues.